Good morning, students. Welcome back to online classes. Today we are going to start up with the new chapter Unit 5, Section C of your Unit 5, with the Bushmen in Kalahari. Bushman, what is a bushman? Bushman is the traditional nomads or hunters. So, on your screen, you can see this is a bushman. So they are the hunters, they are the hunter-gatherers. You must have read in your SST books. So they are called bushmen. So the chapter is about a bushman in Kalahari. Kalahari is a name of a desert. So before reading activity is, you must have heard of Project Tigers. That government has started Project Tiger to save tigers. When was it launched and what is its objective? So this is your activity, that when this Project Tiger was launched by the government and what is the objective of this project. So in our online class we will discuss about this. Okay. So now let's start reading the chapter. If you are going to shoot elephants, beware. The nauseating smell is something you will never forget. Such were the reports from friends who had returned from the Kalahari. We still loaded our vans and our shooting kits and set out for the desert. Now, some of the friends of the narrator had already been to Kalahari Desert. They had been there to shoot the animals. So he is warning the narrator and his company that if you are going to shoot the elephants in Kalahari, then be aware. Be aware means you must think twice before going there because of the nauseating. Nauseating means very, very pathetic smell which you will experience over there, and you will never forget that smell ever again in your life. These were the reports from the friends of the narrator who had been to Kalahari. But never mind, this also did not stop them from going there. So we means the narrator and his company loaded their van with the shooting kits and set out for the desert. They started going towards the desert. It was a restless drive. We knew not what was in store for us. Fortunately, we hit the desert while it was still day. Good. We agreed that would leave us time to set up a base for our shoot. However, we had spoken too soon. Bound a curb, our van encountered unexpected slush. The engine strained to pull the wheels through. Now, they started going towards the desert, and it was a very tiring drive. It was a restless drive for them, and they did not know what was coming for them, what was in store for them in that forest. And luckily, when they reached the forest, there was still daylight. And there they all agreed that it would give them time to set up their base for the shoot. But they had spoken it too soon, because round the curb means round the path, they encountered means faced unexpected slush, a soft mud. Their van got stuck in the soft mud, and the engine had a difficulty in pulling out the wheels from that mud. I stepped down from the van. As I was looking for stones to place against the wheels, I saw a pair of bright black eyes peering from among the bushes. A bushman, probably drawn to the spot by the roar of the engine. tales of Bushmen of the Kalahari came flashing to my mind. I remembered reading that Bushmen are safer to deal with during the day. They are extra alert during the night and more aggressive. So, the narrator stepped down from the van and he started looking for some stones to place under the wheels so that the van can be taken out from the mud. Then he noticed that a pair of bright black eyes were looking at him from the bushes. Peering means looking at him from the bushes. A bushman, probably maybe drawn to the spot. Spot means to that place because of the sound of the engine. Now, immediately the narrator remembered the tales, the stories about the Bushmen of Kalahari. He remembered that these Bushmen are easy to deal with during the daytime. In the night, they are extra alert and they become more aggressive. Also, I had come well prepared to befriend the Bushmen. I had some beads which I quickly offered to them as a token of friendship. The Bushmen accepted the gifts and flashed a set of white teeth that anybody would envy. Coming forth, he offered to give us a hand with the van. On learning that we were out on an elephant shoot, he promised, as well as we could understand, to conduct us to the game. Now, the narrator had come there well prepared because he knew that if they were going to Kalahari, they would be meeting Bushmen over there. So he had some beads. The beads are the small pieces of stones with which you people make your friendship bands, right? So he had brought those beads. So he offered those beads to the Bushmen and he accepted the gifts and he became friends with the narrator. So that was the beginning of their friendship. So the narrator offered the gift to the Bushmen. Bushmen accepted the gift and they both became friends. And when he became friends with the narrator, he offered to help him with the van. He helped him to take out the van from the mud. And when he came to know that narrator and his company had come there to shoot the elephants, he offered them to take them to a place where they could shoot the animals easily. So then the Bushman, when he accepted the gift, he flashed a set of white teeth. White teeth means sparkling white, pure white teeth that anybody would envy. Envy means feel jealous of. That the narrator himself felt jealous of his Bushman's white teeth because they were so bright white. Coming forth means coming forward. He offered to give me a help. A hand means a help with the van because the van was stuck in the mud. And on learning that we were out on the elephant shoot, he promised as well as we could understand because Bushman did not speak English or Hindi. He used different language. So with his gestures, with his hand movements, he made them understand that he would help them conduct. Conduct means to lead them to the place, to take them to the place to where to shoot the elephants easily. It was beginning to get dark. A fire stick in his hand, our guide took the lead, walking in front of our van. Now it was getting dark, so their guide had a fire stick in his hand. Who was the guide? The bushman was their guide, and he was taking the lead. He was leading them to the place where they could shoot the animals. Now, see here in this picture also, it is clearly shown that the narrator and his company, they were on a van, and the van was stuck in the muddy patch. His dangling, shiny, corded hair got all my admiration. He led us on to a well-trodden elephant path for about an hour. The bushman being our only friend in this wilderness, we could only follow in silence. Seeing our puzzled expression, every now and then he muttered something in his click language. However, we had abandoned all hopes of understanding him. We guessed from his gestures that he would bring us to some place. So, now he had his dangling means hanging, long, shiny, corded means like wires, cords. Corded hair got all my admiration. My means the narrator. Narrator admired his hair a lot. So he led us means showed us to a well-trodden means well-walked on elephant path. He knew the place, he knew the path on which elephants usually came for an hour. And the bushman being our only friend in that wilderness means forest, we could only follow him in silence. So since there was no one else to ask, bushman was their only guide over there. So what did they do? They only followed him in silence. Seeing our puzzled expressions, every now and then he muttered something in his click language. So when he saw that they all were puzzled, the narrator was really puzzled that where was he taking them. So he muttered something in his own language. But they could not understand his language, and they abandoned. Abandoned means left all hopes of understanding him. So from his gestures only, from his hand movements only, they could understand that he would bring them to some place from where they could shoot the animals. It was twilight when we reached our lookout point. Among the trees there was a platform. He pointed up to it, so that was where we were to spend the night. We climbed up the rope ladder. A moment later, our bushman disappeared. We found that rather strange. Now it was twilight. Twilight is the time when there was still little bit of light, and the darkness has not fallen in completely. The time before complete darkness is called twilight. So it was still twilight when they reached to that particular place where the bushman wanted to take them. And among the trees there was a large platform, and they all climbed up to that platform with the help of a rope ladder. And a moment later, their bushman, their guide, just disappeared, and the narrator found it really strange. We settled down and were just about to hit the sack when we heard a faint splashing and gurgling like that of a child's laughter. I stood up, looked in the direction of the sound. Stretched at a distance was a silvery band. Sure enough, we were very close to a river, the elephant's watering hole. We set up our photography gear in double quick time. We were still at it when a loud trumpet almost rattled us off our perch. An elephant herd was visiting the river at night. We had not expected things to happen so fast. Our hands were trembling with sheer excitement. So, as soon as they settled down and they were just about to relax a bit, hit the sack means relax a bit, they heard a faint, a little bit sound of falling of water and a gurgling. Gurgling means bubbling sound which resembled like that of a child's laughter. So the narrator stood up and looked in the direction of the sound, and he saw that there was a river, a source of water. Silvery band means water shining in the moonlight. So he came to know, he was sure that there was a river nearby. And river, the watering hole. So a source where the elephants used to come to drink water and to bathe. So they set up their photographic gear. The photographic gear means the cameras and all the accessories in a double quick time. And we were still at it. They were still setting it up when they heard a loud trumpet. Trumpet is the elephant sound, all that which almost rattled us. Rattled us means shocked, frightened, and worried us from our perch. Perch means seats. It almost shocked us. An elephant herd. Herd means a group of elephant was visiting that river at night, and they had not expected things to happen so fast. And they were super excited. They were extremely excited because of the fear, because of the excitement. Their hands were shaking. Their hands were trembling. See here. So they were on a platform and they were all shooting with their cameras, and the elephants had come to the water hole to take bath and drink water. The elephants came trudging along, the calves walking beside their mothers. They were 17 in all, big and small. So, the elephants were trudging along. Trudging means walking slowly. The calves means baby elephants, were walking beside their mothers. And in total, there were 17 elephants, big and small. Our cameras worked non-stop while we followed them through our lenses. Followed them means observed them. They kept on shooting non-stop while the elephants were bathing. This was my first wildlife shoot, and nothing could compare with the excitement I felt in this wild natural paradise. So this was the narrator's first wildlife shoot, and he could not explain. He was so overjoyed that he could not explain, he could not describe the excitement which he felt during that shoot. We shot for an amazing hour, during which the herd demonstrated to us spectacles like shooting water from their trunks. Some even made high-pitched trumpet calls that made us jump out of our skin. Now, they almost shot for an hour. For one long hour, they kept on shooting those elephants, and during which the group of elephants exhibited such spectacles. Spectacles means they gave such beautiful views that some of them were filling their trunks with water and splashing each other with water. Some made high-pitched trumpet sounds which made them all fearful. Jump out of the skin means they got frightened because of that high-pitched sound. Their thirst quenched, the herd retreated to the bush. When their thirst was quenched means satisfied, the herd, the group went back, withdrew to the bush. Our bushman startled us when he suddenly sprang to the ground below us. We realized he had been a silent observer from above of a tall tree next to us. He looked puzzled. We had not fired a shot. How could we let the game go by? We showed him our photography gear, but he was still puzzled. We asked him to climb up and showed him what we had shot on our camera screens. I could sense that he was pleased that he did not have to witness the destruction of those majestic beasts. Now, the bushman who had just disappeared from the scene, he reappeared again, and the narrator and his company was shocked when he reappeared. And then they realized that he had been a silent observer to all the things from behind a tall branch of a tree. But he looked puzzled because they had not fired any shot. They had not fired any gunshot. So how could they he was puzzled that the elephants were so near, and how could they leave the elephants without harming them, without killing them, without shooting them with their guns. But then the narrator showed him their photography gear, photography cameras and everything. But he was still puzzled. Then they told him to come up on the platform. And when they showed him the pictures which they had taken, the videos which they had taken, which they had shot in the camera, he was very pleased that he did not have to see all the destruction, all the harm that was to be done by killing those majestic beasts. Majestic means impressive, beautiful. Beast means 4-footed animals. So, shooting with the camera is much, much better than shooting with guns. So, the lesson gives us the message that we need to change our attitude towards shooting. We need to shoot them with cameras forever rather than killing them, shooting them with the guns. So, that's where we end up the lesson. So thank you very much, students. I hope you have understood the chapter and you will read it nicely. In the next video, we will discuss the question answers and the back exercise. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.